Are you a brewhead? I'm a brewhead. Are you a brewhead? I'm a brewhead. Y'all are brewheads? Yeah, we brewheads. So pour a glass of craft beer, we can do this. Yeah.
What's good, y'all? This is C Certified Brewhead, and welcome to another edition of Versus here on BAOS Podcast. And this evening, I have my good mate Daniel Hewes from Creative Dot in Vancouver. How you doing, mate?
Hey, what's up?
Very good. Daniel is from a strange island, give me gas, called England. It's a pretty strange place. We have known each other about 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
And not only are we mates and business partners, but you're my Vancouver Connect. So BML. So if you guys have ever seen me with any Vancouver beers, there's one of two people pretty much. It's either Daniel or another mate, Patrick. Daniel, unfortunately or fortunately, had ruined my life by getting me into Twin Sails, which we have tonight. So
such a good brewery.
They're phenomenal.
Yeah.
They get me stressed. I get stressed about two breweries, so Bellwoods and Twin Sails, trying to get all the new releases. So I know you're stressed about Twin Sails.
Got to do that weekend hustle. You got to do that run to Port Moody, get their latest releases.
Yep, and you do. And you came with a bounty today that you brought. There was 7 different beers and a bunch of doubles in there, which is even better. I love drinking them twice. So what we thought is tonight Daniel's in town. We're crushing a bunch of beers, and we thought instead of comparing, I've done it before. I've compared 2 Twin Sails, different Street Legal and Citra Plus, which technically weren't even really that similar. They were just 2 Twin Sails beers. Yeah. What we thought tonight, I actually just went to Burlington, Vermont last week. I actually went to Stowe to the Alchemist, and I picked up my first can of Skadoosh, which is their single hop IPA, 7%. This particular one has Mosaic hops. So we figured this could be quite similar. And do you want to tell us about the Twin Sails?
Bachelor Pad.
Yes.
So it's a double IPA. It's hazy as tits when I opened it last. This is a couple of weeks old. It's 48 IBU. It's 8.3%.
And I believe it's with Mosaic, Citra, and Simcoe hops, which is why we chose it. So there was a bunch of other Twin Sails that you brought that are also IPAs. We're all double mostly because they're all big guys. So it's a little higher in ABV, but it does have Mosaic in it, and that's why I thought this would be the closest comparison to anything we have.
This is our second batch as well. So
second batch, yes. This was the one I'd heard about more than any Twin Sails beer, to be honest. Everyone kept saying, you need to try this. So, you know what? I'm tired of looking at it. I'm tired of talking about it. Let's get it in it. So, I'm hoping... Woo! Yes.
It's a bit boozy.
It's beautiful. Not even that boozy. Oh, wow, this is hazy as tits. You're right. So, we're going to try these both at the same damn time. So, just pour them both in there. So I'm hoping that, I know that from experience, even looking at that, seemed like the Alchemist way less hazy. Now, I knew that would be the case. We did have other Twin Sails, I believe it was called Beach Week.
Yes. That
is significantly less hazy than this, and we thought that might be a goer, but to be honest, I felt that it's not about the haze as much as it's about the hop. And because the Bachelor Pad does have Mosaic in it, alongside 2 other hops, this might be the closest. So I was explaining to you the other day. So with the Alchemist joint, the Skadoosh, let's just swap this out. They don't they'll put Alchemist outside. That'll be easiest. Right. Oh no, that is outside. That's Alchemist. Yeah, you can tell they look hazy as shit. These guys don't actually tell you on the can. It's the exact same can, but they make a different batch every time. This is the 11th batch, I was told. And
it's a lot of batches.
It's a lot of batches. They don't mess around, and they're probably quite large. The new brewery is sick. You really got to get down there. It's so sick. But it was like it's really hard to know which one you're even drinking because there's no way to document it. And even when you check in on Untappd, it's just the one check-in. I thought they might have like batch 11, blah blah blah. But
some breweries do it, some breweries don't. Right?
Yeah. So I figured let's start with the Skadoosh, the outside, just because it's 7% and it might be a little lighter. So I'm assuming it might be a bit. Hey.
Oh, we gotta nose it first.
We gotta nose it, and then we have to cheers
straight in.
Jeez, etiquette, bro. Maybe it's weird out in England, but
amateur.
All right, that nose is pretty good. Can you smell that? It's a little malty, fruity,
funky.
Funky? You reckon? Well, now you may get it in you. Yeah, it's fire. Tastes so alchemisty.
This might be my first Alchemist.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you have Daniel. He's going home with a 4-pack of Heady, so
I can't wait.
He's about to get that cherry popped. Yeah, I want you to save those. I want you to take them home and just enjoy it. Solo.
Out the can, right?
out of the can. But also, I was telling a mate as well, family was over. Bless you. Bless you, Tiffany.
Thank you.
We had family over last week from England as well, and we took them to Alchemist, and I was telling him to, first one, pour half into a glass and then half there and go back and forth and see what you like. Personally, me and Scotty have done that and I always prefer it out of the can.
Well, you got me 4, right?
Yeah, you can do that. Do it for the first one, the rest you'll drink out of the can. But I want you need to see the difference. There's something about this. It's just Alchemists just have this really, really consistent like flavor profile that goes through all of their beers.
Yeah, it's pretty
Damn good, eh?
It's pretty unique to me.
Yeah. All right, Bachelor pad time. All right, nose isn't too dissimilar. So I'm that.
Yeah.
Oh, look at it, bloody milk, mate.
I was telling you it was like thick, right?
Yeah, you did say. Well, let's see how this mosaic goes. Get it in ya. Oh yeah. All right, that is fire. That's gonna be tough. So they are quite different. The creaminess and the milkiness of the Bachelor pad is quite
it's quite different to the
quite
Alchemist.
different. Like, you know, it's kind of hard to really find, like, and that's the one thing with the verses, like, you know, people have said, why don't you do this or do that? Like, it's just really hard to get exact comparisons to some of these beers.
These are like beer matching profiles.
Yeah, if there was something, that'd
Right?
be actually kind of handy.
That would be cool.
Yeah, we could like actually compare them and be like, all right, these two go together. Let's see which one's better. That's what's the one thing I found that with these versus ones has been a bit of a challenge to find the closest I don't know, comparison. But I want to go back and forth a few times and see how we feel. So back to the Alchemist. So let's see. Nose wise, they're not too dissimilar, eh? Yeah. Which means that's the Mosaic. It's almost like it's definitely way more bitter. It's almost like a little spicy, earthy, dank. Definitely dank, right? Not really piney so much. Alchemists are definitely known for the dankness as opposed to the juiciness. So this is more of a Vermont IPA as opposed to a New England IPA. Yeah. Which is kind of like somewhat of a synonym, but you know, people can debate about.
But the Bachelor pad has the twin cell signature, which is
it's the same.
The juiciness and the creaminess and the not very bitterness.
That's exactly what it is. Not very bitterness. Hellaness. It's like there's like a certain bite they have that I've noticed throughout all the beers. I know you counted the other day. I had like 7 or 8 different twin sales, and you'd had like 11. You're only a few more ahead of me, which you've probably fixed me up with this now.
Which is incredible, considering how far you weigh up.
Yeah, that's brewery. Literally, right? You and Patrick have made sure you've kept me talked that twin sales. Yo, seriously, guys, like we need more stuffs. Can you get Daniel up? Don't give it to him for free. Let him pay for it, but make sure he gets the beers so then we can swap.
I'll buy the beer if you reserve it for us.
Just hold it for him. And we want to do more videos like this, man. Like we want to rep for Vancouver beer as well. This is like I think we've done. This is maybe the 3rd now Vancouver video. We did Superflux as well. I think I did that myself. I did a twin sales one with Richard, my homie, and you know I really want to make sure that out east, you know, people really respond well to these videos too. Like the Vancouver scene has such a rep, and like I really want people to see.
And shout out to Brewers Row on Port Moody. Incredible beers, 4 breweries.
Yes, Parkside, Yellow Dog, and what's the other one? Having a blank. I shouldn't have pulled that on you right now. Moody Ales. There you go. Bam. Look at that. I've never even been there and I know what's up.
Vienna Lager. I love it.
Yeah, that one was pretty fire.
Nice.
So, coming back to the task at hand here, do you have a favorite of these two? Once again, this is like not which one's better, but which one do you prefer? I didn't even bloody know. This is tough. This is actually much harder than I thought this would be. It's a long silence. We normally don't let silence that long. That means this is really thinking. You're really thinking. Yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
Don't know. It's got a bit of a bite to it. I drink a lot of twin sales.
So are you maybe taking it?
I'm kind of more
used to the flavor, but you're appreciating this in comparison. Like if you had to choose between these two specific, that's
I've drank like 6 of these.
Yep.
I'm very familiar with it. It's a great beer, but I've not had anything with this.
And you don't have anything quite like that before, so it's new and different to you. So therefore, it's
exciting
standing
to
out.
me. Yeah.
I was probably going to go the twin sales, to be honest. I kind of wanted to disagree, which is always way more fun. When we agree, it's kind of like, all right. But, like, this is
yeah. That's really good.
The creaminess of this is really just growing on me a lot more. and the like that bite that's initial. Sometimes it's a bit of a turn off. Not a lot of Northeast IPAs have this initial bite that after a few sips it like chills out, and it's just this sex bomb after that, and it's just gorgeous to me. So I'm going to go to the Bachelor pad, which means we have no winner.
How boozy are you finding it?
At first, the bite and the booze super upfront, super strong. Now it's chilled out. Yeah, definitely. Would you agree? That's
yeah. I mean,
all of a sudden,
I'm not a huge fan of like boozy beers.
Same.
But this, after a couple of sips, it calms down, and it's not too much for me to handle.
Yeah, I agree. It's got
the creamy goodness, but
they're both genuinely fantastic beers, and I think this was actually a pretty decent comparison because the only real difference is the mouthfeel. Mm-hmm. The rest of it is somewhat similar. Like they both have their individual like unique characteristics as far as the breweries themselves, but the flavor profile, like that Mosaic, is really coming through. Those real fruity tropical like hops is shining through in both of these beers. So I think it is somewhat of a decent comparison, even though the opacity is different.
Very different.
So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, chuck us a thumbs up on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button down there somewhere. I keep forgetting which side it is. Check us out on social media at BAOS Podcast. And, of course, check out the long-form audio on Apple Podcasts, Mixcloud. I've got to update that. And everywhere else you get your podcast. Where can they find you online?
Instagram, at DanimalWeb.
Put that down there. Hit him up. Follow him. If anyone out east, specifically in Canada, wants to trade and get that Vancouver fire, couldn't recommend Daniel enough.
Oh yes, send me beer. I'll send you back beer.
Everybody wins. That's it, guys. Man, appreciate it. You're a gentleman. Thank you. Cheers, guys.